sponsored by Powerfleet. My name is Kyle Cunningham. Let's take a look at some spooky volume levels leading into the month of October, but maybe it's not as scary as we think. Let's jump into the chart and take a look at what's going on. Blue Mountain here, outbound Tundra volume index for the entirety of the USA. Big turn down from yesterday, down 1.2%. Now with something as big as a 10,000 base index, 1.2% down is a pretty good move. You can see on the chart right there from the beginning of October, big turn down. Now if you're a sonar user and you see this happening, you'd be like, oh my gosh, the whole world is falling apart. But look at what happened last year. This orange red line here, perfect for October. Last year, the same exact thing happened. Why is this happening? It is the first week of a new quarter. It's the end of another quarter. It's just the way the freight markets roll. So let's move to the next chart and see what's happening in terms of last year and what we could possibly expect for this year. If we go back and we look at what was happening on 10/8/18, you can see from the beginning of October, just as we saw before, it takes a trail down, it hits that bottom low point, and then it starts climbing its way back up slowly, up leading into Thanksgiving. So don't sell your trucks, don't shut down your business, just hang tight. Make sure you get what you deserve. And speaking of, let's go ahead and take a look at some markets across the country for some good news. In terms of good news, North Platte, Nebraska, wow, big moves up. This beautiful Blue Mountain right here rolling up to 16.49% on your outbound Tundra rejects in the middle of the country, North Platte, Nebraska. So if you're out in the middle of the plains, this is one to look at. Very interesting story here. You got inbound Tundra volume elevated above outbound Tundra volume. Now, it's not a lot of volume rolling out of this market, but the fact that there's a capacity crunch around here, if you're anywhere near Omaha, Kansas City, anywhere near Nebraska, go ahead and take a look at what's on the board for these guys. Let's take a look at the last chart for the week. We were talking about good old St. Louis, Missouri, inbound Tundra volume above the outbound. So basically near even balance. Wait time 125 minutes, about 2 hours you'll be sitting there. In terms of refrigerated frozen outbound freight, Blue Mountain here. See this beautiful channel? We're flowing right about in the middle of the top of outbound rejections, about 1 out of every 5 tenders being rejected, all the way up from around 7.5. So if you got a frozen trailer heading into the weekend, make sure you look for St. Louis. We'll see you next week. And as always, make sure you stay tuned to your carrier update.